Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, and welcome back to another live stream. So it's going to be action-packed today. So we'll try and address the chat as much as we can. But you can imagine with all the stuff going in the game right now, there's a lot of things to cover. So yes, apologies for the thumbnail though. I'm not sure why that happened. It loaded up last week's thumbnail. But yeah, we're here anyway, and yes, it is about like I said, the 5-star batch, Snapdragon and the warrior buff as well. So yeah, lots to go through. I saw seen a lot of questions about the 5-star batch regarding the improvements, which we'll go through in the newsletter. And I understand it, I really do. But like I said, there's a reason that's where that's come from, and the reason we've done the things we have. And again, we'll go through that as well. The warrior rework. It's been, you know what? It's been probably the hardest week or so of testing we've done because we got the 5-star batch first, so that's been a long process and kind of rushed to get it out in time for the leaderboard, but it's here finally. Then we got Snapdragon last week, and that was hard as well. He went from one way to the other and back again, and that was crazy as well. Then the Warrior rework, and I'll be honest with you, I've not tested it as much as I would have liked, simply for the reason that it was just too hectic. And then literally we've had Computron given to us this week, and the new combats as well. So it's non-stop, it's constant. So yeah, I'm still trying to catch up now, but yeah, it's been a mad week in terms of playtesting and new things coming to the game. But I hope that's a good thing that, it shows that the game's not going anywhere. It shows that, the game is going strong with all these new features coming out. And hopefully it can continue. Maybe not at this pace. I hope it slows down a tiny bit. But yeah, I hope it continues. And a big thank you already to Steve, who has super chatted for $5. Appreciated. Massive thank you to everyone that's donated already. I'm pretty sure Steve's already a VIP. But I appreciate it anyway. Thank you very much. Okay, let's have a look at this week's newsletter because it's quite hefty. So, as usual, we have this weekend's event, which is Judgment Day. So, it is a leaderboard event. I'm still surprised that some people don't even know that. There was a few people in the chat going, "What? It's a leaderboard this weekend?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, have you not seen like how much discussion's been going on about it? Like, crazy, crazy. Um, and you know what? I've done it again. I haven't even said my hellos. I need to stop doing this. I'll be deadly honest with you guys. I was trying to use the chat and just say hi to some people and put a question in the chat, and it asked me to sign in. I've tried signing in. There's a problem with it, and so my chat has gone off screen. So I'm having to look at another tablet. So a few bugs again. It's all a learning curve, though. Hey, these things happen. They come to test us, and we continue anyway. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Crusher 11 who was first. Congratulations and welcome to the stream. We've got Chip Cox, we've got Grind Time as well. Hello. Bruticus, we've got Grand Galvatron, one of our moderators. How's it going? We've got Nelson, Stuck in Beta, Rob Talton, Matt Poley. How's it going, Matt? Bert Sherbert. That's a great name. We've got Smilemus, Hammertail, who's recently joined my Discord, I think. So yeah, welcome to Discord as well. William Edward Hackman, how's it going? Firefly123, a lot of familiar faces. Blue Grimlock, one of our mods. We covered Eddie Lee as well. Righteous, none of our mods. I thought you were going to sleep. I'm pretty sure Righteous normally sleeps during my streams, or works regardless. But he's here anyway. Glad you're here, brother. Who else have we got? Let's go through. Obviously, Steve. How's it going, Steve? Me and Steve will be running leaderboard together this weekend. Cannot wait. In Psyops, we've got Autobot Phil. Is that a spelling mistake or is that just a play on words? We got Banicos as well, Ender, Brilliant Delgado, Garrett has just joined as well. So yeah, just in time. So yes, welcome everyone to the stream. So yes, as I said, yes, it is a leaderboard event. So this leaderboard event, you're talking 1,500 Snapdragon character shards, 1,000 4-star shards, 1,000 3-star shards, 20k prems, 125k spark, 125k combiner spark, a G metal power core, and 6 gold power cores, and a partridge in a pear tree. Wow, there's some really, really good prizes. This leaderboard. And don't forget, this is not leaderboard prizes. This is just for the totalizer prizes. So, yes, it is Super XP. Someone asked me that in my server. I was like, yes, it's always Super XP for leaderboards. Imagine they didn't. Imagine they did a leaderboard without Super XP. That'd be interesting. What would the top guys do? Probably still do it. Yeah, probably still go for it. So yeah, we still got yes, decent rewards, like I said, throughout. Right up to I think it's 500, 490k. Yeah, I was nearly right, 500k. Some decent Snapdragon shards, and then I think it's 55 total spark crystals, which again is great, up to a million. So a million's what? 25k per player. So I think what top 150 should achieve that, which is really good. Then we've got leaderboard prizes. I mean, obviously, hopefully, well, I hope Psyops can get this first place. It means we've got a considerable amount of character shards, 4,000, 5,500. So we're only 2,000 shards off. But then again, why would you want that if you're already getting the 4-star? So yeah. This is the big one though, 1,500 5-star shards. That's the big one. That's the reason that I chose to do this leaderboard. I was on the fence all through. I weren't too sure. And then when they announced that, that's when I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm 2,500 away from my next 5-star. This will put me just within touching distance. I'll probably get a dupe with the shards from this event. Hopefully I can get a dupe Snapdragon soon. We're in a good place to get another 5-star as well. 70 event crystals as well, so I might even get a 4-star out of that. Who knows? And then another 100 total spark crystal. I mean, I've got 220 total spark crystals saved up. So this is another 150. So I'll have 370 total spark crystals, which will probably take my total to nearly 6 million spark. And I really need some decent ability 11 bots that are in my war team. So Space Ape, if you're watching, please come on. Blaster, Blades, Goldfire. We really need them now. Come on. Come on. And then 3 G1 G metals. I'm thinking about these. I'm going to actually save these. I'm going to wait until some more G1s come out. I mean, there's none really that'll fit my team at the minute because, I don't know. Blades, Blasters I like, but it's not going to take Quintus off him. I've got First Aid's G Metal on him. So yeah, it's only Ratchets really, but I've already got Ratchet's Healing Core at 17, 18, so there's no real need for it. So I'm going to save them. I'm going to hoard them. There's a big discussion today in Discord, the difference between saving and hoarding. And for me, hoarding is saving something for the sake of saving it, not for any reason. Whereas saving it is obviously waiting for a reason. I like that. But yeah, am I a hoarder? I don't know. I don't know. I do save for a reason. I normally only save things when I know there's something coming, so maybe not. Then we've got the 3-star rewards as well. Still some G1 Gold power cores, even for those finish outside the top 5. So that's still pretty good. Decent amount of 5-star shards as well. And then from 11th down, we're still getting some 4-star shards. So you're getting probably either 180 5-star shards or you're getting a new bot, which is still pretty good. The Snapdragon shards are right. They're not bad. Total sparks still decent. But then with the prems have come further down. We talked about this, about passing the rewards further down. And I think this is part of that. I think 11th place is okay. But does it make you want to push up here, maybe, for the 5-star shards? We'll see this leaderboard. I've heard rumblings of some cons wanted to do the top, I don't know, top 10 maybe, I think? Or maybe not quite as high, but I've heard some rumblings of some teams getting together, so that's always good when the cons start making a move. So yeah, it'd be pretty good. Three-star Snapdragon all the way down to 100, obviously, and then lower down some still four-star shards up to 300. There has been some talk of why it only goes to 300, and I understand that they've got to reduce the rewards somewhere else to incorporate them higher up, and I understand that. To be fair, I mean, come on, I think most teams should be able to push into the top 300 if they choose to, if they really wanted to. I mean, I don't know the scores top 300, but I can imagine it's quite tight down there, and I can imagine that if you turn around to your alliance and said, "Right, guys, listen, we all need to do 15k this weekend," I imagine that'd get you top 300, wouldn't it? I mean, you guys know more than me. If you finish in top 300, then what's normally your minimums? What's normally how much you do? Let me know. Put it in the chat and let me know. I'd be interested on what it takes to get top 300. I'd be interested. So put it in the chat if you finish around the top 300. Then we've also got the chance crystal, which are the standard chance crystals of Prem shards, 3-star shards, 4-star shards, and Snapdragon. Don't forget, 25% is not 25% of getting the 4-star. It's 25% of getting a Snapdragon. So there's still a lower chance than that of getting the 4-star. But it's been known to happen. It's been known to happen. Then we've got Spark, Combiner Spark, and Total Spark as part of the Total Spark crystals. So yes, Snapdragon is coming to the game, as confirmed. We can go through that. We'll look at its abilities. So we've got Fireball. So yes, he's a triple changer, if you didn't know. So Fireball, you throw a fireball, setting foes on fire, dealing damage over 10 seconds. Follow with Mach 3, which is the one below. And flying over targets under fire makes them explode, dealing damage in a small area. And then Mach 3, you fly to your destination at the speed of sound. I'll tell you right now, it ain't the speed of sound. It's fast, but it ain't the speed of sound. But hey, I think light speed a lot faster. But, well, we'll settle for that. Your foe speed is reduced to 50% along the way for 15 seconds. 0% if used second time. That's quite considerable. Don't forget, that's 0% speed. That's pretty much stun. Follow with Fireball and deal damage over 10 seconds to target under the 50% speed reduction effect, or 2 times damage to targets under the 0% speed. So it can get quite confusing, and we'll talk about it a bit when we have a look at the bot. But standard is that you can do Mach 3 or Fireball, then Mach 3 does a decent amount of damage, or you can do Mach 3 times 2, then Fireball. I mean, you can do Fireball, 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 and then a couple of Mach 3s, or you can do... There's loads. That's the problem with the testing these kind of bots, that there's so many different combinations that you've got to test and try and work out the damage that 9% of the time was just spent on Snapdragon for me. And that's where the Warriors got less maybe testing, really. I sort of fitted by testing the Warriors round Snapdragon. I'll be honest with you. It was the primary thing for me to get fixed. I didn't think there was a time frame on the Warriors. So yeah, the Warriors sort of got the back burner, sadly. Just looking in the chat, and yeah, a lot of people I think are saying 15k. Well, a few people to get top 300. So I presume 15k. So yeah. So Matt Poling only finishes top 200 with 750k. So what's that? Less about 18k per person. So yeah, I'm sure. Listen, if you finish outside top 300 and you normally do 15k, I'm sure if you said to everyone, "Listen, we're going to push for this now, guys. We're trying to get 18k out of everyone. Let's do this and finish higher." I'm sure they'll probably try and do it. But they're the kind of people you want in your alliance. You want the people that are going to do that. You want the people that are going to go, we're going to do it. Right, let's do that. Let's smash it. For me, not in lower alliances, don't want to get in trouble by saying that, but in some alliances, there's just so many people where we're like, I've had times in alliances, in leaderboards where it's come to it where we've gone, "Listen, guy, I know we've all committed X, but we're going to need a bit more out of you." And most of the time, everyone's like, "Right, let's do it. Let's go at it. Smash it. We're going to do this." And everyone sort of jumps on board. But I've also been in alliances where people have turned around and gone, "Nope, I've done my X, whatever it is. That's what I committed. I ain't doing no more." And we're like, "Listen, we're doing so much more than what we should have done, but that's what it takes." And people just dig their heels in. They're not the kind of people you want on a team. The kind of people you want are the kind of people that, when you turn around and go, "Listen, we need all hands on deck. We need this, guys." They're the kind of people you want in the leaderboards, in your teams, without a doubt. Yes, so the 5-star bots, it's nothing new. We knew these were coming. So here's a list of the 5-star bots, which is Swoop and Scourge, Rook and Blot, Impactor, obviously is both factions, Bumblebee and Scrapnel, and Sea Spray and Octopunch. So a couple of these have got buffs. So we've got Impactor. So the ability cost is now 5+2, which has been reduced, which is obviously a great move. The laser damage is increased by 2% every time Impactor gets hit for the 5-star. I think this was a bit lower. I think it was 1%, I think. So it gets to the top end faster. So, and from what I've gathered is a beam laser doesn't count as one. It counts as multiple hits. So when it gets hit by a beam laser, it causes it to do a lot more damage. And then impacts can now equip melee combats. This was huge for me. This is the first thing out of the box that we all said needed to improve because I think it could only equip the likes of Night Stalker and Dial. So straight away we were like, listen, he needs to be able to equip combats. Definitely does. And that was a quick change. The laser damage for the 5-star was a quick change as well. And the star rating. I could talk about what a lot of the playtesters asked for and why and talk about where we wanted it to go and why it didn't. Well, what I think why it didn't, and we'll talk about that as well. And then with Bumblebee, for me, he was the runt of the litter and needed huge improvements. The EMP and damage over time, effect duration of their ability is increased by 2 seconds. So it's a bit of an increase in the EMP. His walk speed has been reduced because we found that he was just running off ahead, getting killed with such low health. So it's either a case of it giving him more health or lower his speed, and the apes just chose lowering his speed, which I agree with. That's fine. The grenade throwing range has increased to match the range of ability. Because what was happening was you would throw his grenade to the edge of where he can, and he couldn't quite reach it with his throw. It's like he had a really soft arm. It's like I want to get it over there, but I ain't strong enough. Well, yeah, probably is. But yeah, but he couldn't throw it. So he was sort of driving around walls and then throwing it and just getting in all kinds of trouble. So a few of us said that, that needs to be fixed and stop that driving around. So that's been improved at all star levels, I believe. So that'd be really good. I'm gonna skip this one for now because this one I'll come back to that in a second. Ability level 11 will now allow the EMP to spread, but the damage won't. Because when I tested it, I got a bit confused and I said it's not really jumping, thinking it will do damage a bit like Goldfire, but it doesn't. It's just the EMP that jumps. So this one for me, this was the big one for me that I fought and fought and fought for. The ability damage now gradually scales from 33% to 66%, 66% from level 1 to 11. Now, how this was before was the EMP increased throughout, but the damage was 33% right up to ability 10 and then jumped to 66. Now, all the playtesters were testing him at 65-11 and saying, this guy's amazing, this guy's brilliant. So I thought, I'll try him at 65-10 and see how he goes. And I tried him, and he was just really, really lacked damage, really badly. And I got onto the apes and just said, listen, we can't have it where he does 33% damage, which is really poor, and then all of a sudden 11, he gets a massive increase. And I think the argument was, yeah, but that's ability 11, that's the increase that these guys sort of get. But my argument was, what about these guys that haven't got 3 million spark or 3.5 million to put into a bot? They're stuck with a vastly inferior bot. From 1 to 10, he was really, really poor. And I don't think that's fair on lower guys and people that can't afford the spark because he's a lot less useful from 1 to 10 with 33%. And I wasn't happy. And I'll be honest with you, I came out and I said, I'm not happy with this at all. And the apes basically said, well, that's just the way it is. And I got my little pot out. I started stirring and like, a dog with a chew toy, I just wouldn't let go of it. I kept going on about it and I'm sure I annoyed a lot of people in that chat. But I said, listen, I'm not having this. I'm not having it one bit. And a few guys will back me up to be fair to them. Were like, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. I was like, listen, go and try him at ability 10. Forget 11. 11's for the top end of the guys. Go and try him at 10. Go and try him at 8 even. Go and try it where some of these guys in gold and, even, those sort of leagues in Caminus and those sort of leagues there that aren't going to get him to 11. You've got to think about those guys as well. So go and check that out. And eventually they sort of caved and said, right, okay, we're going to do this. But to make 11 a bit more desired, we're going to let the EMP spread. So that wasn't anything to do with me, but I think it's a great addition. And I'm super pleased that the 8s were listening to that because 33% wasn't that good. I can't really comment on how it scales. I did ask for B a couple of days ago to get reduced to 8 so I could show it in the stream. But sadly, no one picked it up. So I can't say, but I'm told it does scale from 1 to 11, and I hope it does. So yeah. So before we go on, I just want to read a few things in the chat. I'm just trying to catch up. I see a lot of numbers being put in. I think it's how to get top 5. I can see people saying 2 SBBs and so many dollars and stuff like that. Um, Maybe not as much as you think, but yeah, yeah. I think Silverbot's hit it on the head. I think 2 SBBs minimum. Yeah, as Eddie Lee's put, 200 is bare minimum. I think 2.5 is realistic. 3 if you're in a rush. So yeah, but don't forget as well, guys, that if you want to go top 5, then go and find an alliance and go and do it. I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, I can't do top 5. Why?" I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, if you've got low level bots, then you're never gonna do it. It's too low. But if you're a decent level with a lot of level 55 or 60 bots, definitely, definitely can do it. Honestly. And say we got top 10, top 20, top 100. If you want to go and do it, go and do it. I mean, I get some people don't like it, some alliances, but for me, you can't really hold someone back. If someone wants to say, listen, I want to go and do top 100 or top 20, I've got a place in this alliance. Can I go there and then come back? Yes, there is that worry that they may not come back. I understand that, but I think by restricting them, they're going to leave anyway. So let them go, let them do their stuff, let them get more powerful, and then come back stronger, hopefully. You know. But if people are willing to do it, if people think they can go top 100, then go and do it. Go and try it. It was just murking for the weekend. Go and do it. So then we've got the new Prime League and hard mode effects. This is welcome for me, but I know a lot of people are going to be a bit annoyed by this because I'll tell a little story before we go through the effects and talk about them. I'll tell a little story. So when HQ 17.5 was first released, um, we got the new Prime League effects that tied in with it, and we all said this is too much too soon. We're going to have the new MDS. We're going to have the spider or shark mines, what I call them, all come in the game at once. People are going to need time to get used to these, and then you're going to add all these effects on top. So I was on the fence a bit. I was like, I like the effects personally, but I understand some lower players getting a bit frustrated with it. So we decided to sort of scale them back for that Prime League to give people a chance for 17.5 and get used to it. And I think people have. We're seeing a lot of top scores around 11.5, 11,700 and for let's say Psyops and POW and even some top other top alliances and Arc and people like that. So it's a welcome change to have a hard mode that is actually hard. I've documented on my Discord that I'm up to I think it's 15 300s in a row now. So although it's great doing that streak, it's still quite boring and monotonous. You want a challenge, and we all said that hard mode needs to be hard. It does. And I think the big problem though is hard mode being incorporated into cyber. So does it then create a problem where Prime League without hard mode is easier than cyber with hard mode? So it's something to think about long term for me. I'd rather have them split with so there's a hard mode for cyber and a hard mode for Prime League. But it's a welcome change from the top guys in the game. So plus 50% attack speed for mortars. This was brought in on the last buff, but then cancelled out and took away. So that has been brought back in again. And 25% damage for cannons. So the way I look at this is, we'll go through it and we'll talk about it. So then hard mode, 10% health to defenses, 50% DPS. That's standard, always the same. Then outpost bots have 25% more health and do 25% more damage. That's huge. For me, that's the big one. That's going to make it really hard. 20% range increase and increased attack speed for laser turrets. That's big as well. And resource buildings explode on death, causing 2,500 damage in a small area. So, where do we start? So I think the big thing about this is that the last one had beam lasers pretty much as big focus, but everyone takes out beam lasers and launchers pretty much on the MDS first. So, once you took out the beam lasers, once you took out the launchers and the MDS, for argument's sake, say you took them out, what have you got left? Shock towers, okay, nothing's happened with them. Mortars, they've got increased attack speed. Cannons, they've got more damage. Um, Turrets, they've got increased range, and then you've got damage from resource buildings as well. So, pretty much, every time you're going to go to battle now, you're thinking, right, okay, what should I prioritize? Everything. Everything's a danger. Everything is a worry. And that's why I like these changes because it really mixes it up again. And we're not going to know until we get into it. We're really not going to know until we start warring. And then people take out the MDS, take out the beams and go, them turrets are a nightmare. And we go, right, okay, let's look at a way to then get rid of them turrets. Maybe some more kind of bots that do stun will come into effect. Maybe Chromia because of all these changes. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be interesting regardless. But yeah, welcome change. It's going to make it a bit hard for some people. But yeah, the game's got to progress and it's got to get harder. It's got to. Then we've got the upcoming combat bots, which is Red Heat and Bomb Shock. I went and read the bio on these guys. And from what I can tell, they're quite reckless. And I've tested them. I can't say too much right now, but they're looking pretty good. They're quite unique. That's what I'll say right now. They're quite unique, and I'm quite impressed right out the block. There's been a lot of positivity about them. A few tweaks just to make them a bit more relevant. Not relevant, but just a bit more useful in a way. But yeah, I'm really impressed with them right now already. And yeah, who to put it on though? That's the thing when you get all these combats. You start thinking, okay, I love this combat, but who am I gonna put it on? But yeah, I'm quite impressed by them. I'll want these guys when they come out already before they've even been changed. And yeah, they're really cool. Really cool. Okay, you have to apologise. I've got a bit of a sniffle, a bit of a cough. I've got a cold. No, it's not Rona. I've had Rona. Got over it. Beat it. But a bit of a cold, so I apologise. I'm just sniffling a bit of a cold, guys. Bit under the weather. So a couple of bug fixes. I didn't even know this, that Smokescreen and Breakneck's G1 cores increased his ability damage. I didn't know that, but we'll find out. We'll do some testing and see what it can do. And they fixed an issue with Wheeljack and Shockwave's speed increase not matching the percentage. It was doing a lot more, I think, than what it should have done, so that's been changed back. Carried on. Then we've got the rework for the warriors. So we've got Ironhide and Bludgeon, electromagnetic charge. So it puts a shield that blocks 80% damage for several seconds, rushes in, and affected targets are disabled. The damage passing through walls is also higher. We'll talk about that as well in a minute. Both of them will also have their health points increase at all levels, so they've got more health. And ability 11, EMP extended to a small area, so it's not just one target. So decent changes. Pyramagna and Bone Crusher will have obviously an 80% shield. They've had the cost decreased. And they'll now attract defenses as well. I'll talk about that as well. I need to remember all these. Jumpstream and Scrapper now get a 90% shield rather than 80. The range is increased as well. And also to damage the walls now. And Scrapper's been brought in line to match Jumpstream as well. Pipes and Headstrong, I've got a corrosive charge. So make them different than Jumpstream and Scrapper. Got his name in. I've got his name for a second. So put a shield blocking 80% and then rush into combat doing damage against walls as usual. But leaving acid behind them and 20% speed reduction. Compared to defensive rush, corrosive charge also has a longer range. It's been reduced in cost as well. And pipes and Headstrong's DPS. That's it. Oh, sorry. Pipes HP has been increased and Headstrong DPS. I know they've both been brought in line, but yeah, that's what it is. Pipes HP increased and Headstrong's DPS. There we've got Sideswipe and Off-Road. Shattering Charge now has a longer range, deals more damage. Its cost has been reduced. Sideswipe's HP has been increased, and Off-Road's HP and DPS has been increased to match Sideswipe. And Grimlock and Razorclaw, originally they were sort of part of this testing, but it was agreed that these guys shouldn't really be part of the rework because although they might not be as good as they could be, they're still good bots, and they don't need a rework. They probably need a buff, but not a rework. Which, what's the difference? I don't know. But hey. But they have done something with them. The ability to deal more damage to walls now and buildings, and their shield generated by their G1 power core now absorbs 40% damage rather than 20. So it's a good addition. So we'll talk about a few of these things before we get into the testing. So a big point for me is that a lot of these bots didn't have shields when they before this buff, and they've all been given 80% shield. But that's just what Jumpstream had beforehand. So Jumpstream had an 80% shield, and she was considered quite irrelevant, quite poor. And most of them have been given an 80% shield. I don't think it's going to really increase their survivability that much in the game. Yes, with the increased health and the bit of increased damage, yes, they don't one-shot walls, unless maybe you put a wall buster on them, which we can test. Like I said, I haven't tested a wall buster. But I was talking to Papablez earlier, a fellow tester, and we're talking about, the bots that rush in, and we were talking to other testers saying, well, I've tried it sometimes and they break walls, and I've tried it other times and they don't. So what is it? Do they break walls or don't they? And it was simply the case that they sometimes do, sometimes don't. Some people said it depends on their range, how far they are from the target. Some people, I thought it might be how far the target is behind the wall that they're hitting. Some people said it depends on where you hit in the wall. There's so many different opinions. So it's quite disappointing that they can't break walls. They need something, and it's just a bit of worrying. I will show something when we're going to testing though, that I'm not sure is a bug. I'm not sure if it is or not, but we'll go through that anyway. If it's not a bug, then it could make a certain bot quite considerably good, and another bot very, very irrelevant. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, the damage is good, but I get that these bots are not designed for damage. I understand that they're designed just to be, to take all the hits. I understand that, but having a bit of damage is also good. There's bots out there that do that, so why not? So yeah, increased damage, increased health, a shield. Do I think it's going to make them massively relevant in the game? No, I don't. Would it be more relevant? Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think a lot of lower players that use these bots were really happy, but I'm not too sure some of the higher players will start leveling these bots from obscurity to become really good. But in my opinion, the reason for this is we've not seen any of these bots as a 5-star yet. Yes, I've seen Grimlock, but for good reason, that they're just so underpowered. And I think that we'll probably see one of these in the next 5-star batch. Might be giving something away there to Grind Time and the other content creators for their further videos. But I honestly do think that that's the way we'll go. I think we'll see at least one of these guys in the next batch. I think I know who it'll be. I ain't saying. I've got good reason to think that. But yeah, I've got good reason on why I think so. And yeah, hopefully we can see one of these guys in the next 5-star batch when it comes next year. Who knows? But yeah, cool. And that is the newsletter. Okay. So on to the test account. So yes, listen, we always do this. I need a soundboard to do this, but yes, test account disclaimer. Yes, this is the test account, and yes, this is not linked to Global in any way. I am not a hacker. I don't have 111 million coins in the game. That's not the reason I'm going top 5. If you had 111 million, then I'd go top 5 every single leaderboard, every single event. I'd be doing 100k. But hey, yeah, it's no way linked to Global, guys. You can't get a test account unless Space Ape start advertising for people to come and join. That's the only way you can get one. But usually it's people of a good standing in the community, whether it be a commander or a moderator in somewhere else. I know Grand Galvatron is a moderator in the VIP chat, and I'm pretty confident the reason she is a moderator is because she's moderator in Hoist's channel or Discord. She's a moderator in mine, does a great job, and so she's got a bit of a, she's got something there that says I can do this already. So if you want to be a playtester, then you've got to show some sort of responsibility by being a commander of a family or alliance or something. And I think that's why we don't see too many lower down guys. But I think there's room for some lower down guys to be in there, and that was my big feedback to the apes, that we need some maybe gold league players and Caminus players in there. But again, guys, you've got to be of a good standing and had some experience of being responsible in some way. So I think if you're a moderator of a Discord, or if you're a commander, if you're both, then those sort of people, I think we've got a good chance to hopefully get into playtesting. And I'll be honest with you, I've said to the apes that all my moderators deserve to be VIPs and even try and get into playtesting if they can, just for the good job they do for me for free. So I'm gonna obviously pick them up and try and give them something back, and they do a great job for me. So big shout out to all my moderators. I don't do it enough in streams, I'll be honest with you. I do privately, I talk to them privately and see how good they're doing, but maybe not in stream so much. But yeah, and hopefully we can get them, or get some people that are good people in the community being moderators. But anyway, let's just check the chat and see if we've got anything in there. Yes, I know some people have asked me about 5-star pulls. We're probably going to do a stream tomorrow night with some 5-star pulls. Pulls 1 on global, 1 guaranteed 5-star pull on China, and a 5-star pull on China as well. So yeah, 3 different kinds of 5-star pulls, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, Mirage Jake will be here, but I did buy a something for us to be able to use 2 headsets, and it hasn't worked. It's broken. So sadly, it ain't. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll have to work something out. But yeah. Steve's put Wozza pull in his test account. No, I really won't. I don't. You know what? I don't get the point in that. I don't get the point in when people have like five pulls and a new batch go, I'm going to do a video. Well, there's no excitement if you got all 5 pulls. It's just a case of which will I pull in order. The excitement is which one will you pull. So yeah, that's the excitement. Leader 1, welcome to the chat. I've just seen. It's going to post a video of my 5 stars on Wozza Discord. I think you've got to be a to post a video that long. I think you've got to be a have nitro. Just a word of warning. Unless you put it into line and send it across. But we'll talk about that. PM me and let me know, and we can talk about that separately. Apologies. Okay.
Autobots.
So I've actually been prepared tonight. I've got them all ready for once. Super prepared, and then something went wrong with the chat a minute before we're supposed to start, so apologies. But yeah, everything else is set up. So Ironhide, he has an HP increase. You can see there, 30k damage at max. So that is quite considerable. He's really impressive now in terms of health-wise. And this is 3,800 without anything on him. I'm not going to put anything on him just because we've got the new combat, so I don't want to show it, sadly. But yeah, I imagine it goes up to like 4.5k as a 4-star, so quite considerable. We've gone through the ability, so we don't need to show that. Sideswipe as well, obviously maxed out. 27,000, a bit more damage. Now what's... we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it. Paramagna, 28.5k health. 300 DPS. That's I think she had a health increase as well. Jumpstream, I apologise, is lower level. Like I said, I haven't tested much some of these, so she's only 52.5, but you can see there 18k at level 52, still considerable. And Pipes is even worse. I'm not gonna lie to you, 49. That shows how little I've tested those guys. I'll be honest with you, I mostly tested these two. These are the 2 big ones for me that I worried about, because she does damage. She had more of a shield. He had got more of a shield, did a bit more damage. Not worry. But this guy, I think, is massively underutilized and massively underappreciated in the game for what he could be. So when he got his range increase, I was like, well, maybe I could use him with Goldfire to effect, and it worked to a degree, but maybe not to the point. But will people use him as a sack bot because it's cheaper? Maybe. But he's got a lot less range. Not less damage, but then he has got the glass gas, so I don't know. It's to be seen. Let's wait and see. And Ironhide for me has been massively underutilized. When he got ability 11, I kicked off Royal and, you know, said how poor he was. So those are the main two that I was focusing my efforts on and testing. But we'll run them all through the paces and have a look at them. We've also got Snapdragon as well. We'll show in the showroom shortly. But we'll do a battle in zone. We'll do zone 14 for now. We'll go to 15 as well. Blue Gumnut is expecting Snapdragon to be bigger. Well, I suppose he is quite small. Thinking about it now, he probably is a bit small on the map when you see him. But yeah. Okay. So we're just going to do warriors. That's all we're going to do and test them out. But I'm going to test them outside the walls and rush in. And you'll see what I mean. So we'll do that. Do them over there, over there, over there, over there. So what I have noticed is watch. So Sideswipe smashes through walls quite easily, no matter where you put it. And for me, that is glass gas. You see glass gas hit the walls. So that will mean he'll take out any wall if that stays. And part of me thinks that, can it stay? Part of me is like, well, it kind of works as it should because it's glass gas. So I'm not too sure why that's going to work like that, whether it's going to stay or not. It could be a bug, it could stay. If it stays, then that makes nose cone totally irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Maybe even sludge too. So I'm not too sure. But yes, as Blue Grimlock's put in the chat, the range is a lot better. You see, the rest of them don't quite do it against walls. You see, these are maxed out as well, guys. So, you know, they take 75% of the walls out, but not 100%. But you can see there, yeah, a lot better range. So, yes, will they replace sack bots? I can imagine people using Sideswipe with other bots, maybe. Will we see people using Sideswipe and Star Saber? One cheap bot, one expensive bot? Maybe. It's hard to say. We might even see the likes of Sideswipe and Snapdragon even. But I think Sideswipe could be a surprise hit from this, with his range, with the fact he can take out walls. And for me, all these guys should take out walls, all of them. I really do. And as I mentioned earlier, I think that we might even see Sideswipe as a 5-star in the next batch. He's available in China already, and he's not very desirable. So with these latest buffs, then maybe. Walking downwards. We'll try and get up top and we'll try and see a bit more of what they can do. Taking ages with all this low HP. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to sacrifice these guys first. The rubbish ones. The ones at low level. Not rubbish as in like the rubbish compared, I mean like the low level ones. And then what we'll do is, we'll do a bit of glass gas first if we can. If we get off that mine. Do a bit of Ironhide first to take some damage away. Then we'll do some Pyromagna. Then we'll do some Sideswipe. Need some ability points quick. Damage is lacking. Some down there, let's do some damage. Some pipes up there, let's get rid of that beam laser. And you can see that they do survive a lot better. They really do. The problem being is they're obviously HP. You need some gunners behind them. I mean, I've been running some sort of warrior teams like this today, just in testing, and you know, they just struggled a bit, you know, getting through the base. But I suppose if you've got Sideswipe in there that's causing glass gas, then they do some good damage. There you go. I mean, it's zone 14, guys. Don't get carried away. It's not Prime League. You still die quite quickly in Prime League with the hit, but the HP's considerable. You know, the range is considerable, and I think it's going to make them a bit more relevant. Like I said, will we see them in Prime League as 4 stars? I ain't too sure about that. I wouldn't go that far. We might start seeing Sideswipe used if he stays the way he is. But yeah, I'm quite impressed and quite happy with him. Ariel has put Sideswipe, Warpath, and Sea Spray. Maybe. Crusher's put that I want Sideswipe. Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking about even leveling mine. I'm not too sure about it, but with so many 5 stars and 4 stars, and I'd say that if you're a lower level player and you've got Sideswipe around level 50, it might be worth leveling. But for those top guys in the game, maybe wait for the 5 star to come out. I mean, as a 5 star, you probably have what, 35k health, something like that, which is crazy, 35k health. And I think when HQ18 drops, you're going to need a bot like Sideswipe to really take out defenses. So maybe might be worth leveling. But, yeah, don't get too carried away. Okay, let's have a look at the 5-star batch as well. And then we'll come back and have a look at Snapdragon. So...
Autobots, roll out!
Eddie Lee's asked, all the warrior buffs are all new bots for sack strategy for those that don't have Saber or Goldfire. Yeah, they probably are. I mean, you've got Rhinox as well, and there's so many different options, but the good thing about this is I know people that use Goldfire as a 4-star and say he's brilliant, but he just dies too quickly. Well, this is another option, but then you're sacrificing damage instead and adding survivability. So you can still pop Outposts. It probably makes that quite easy to pop Outposts, but less damage. So it's good. Like I said, I like the fact that, these bots are becoming a bit more relevant in that case for lower players that haven't got Goldfire and those players that haven't got all the bots. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Like I said that, if you're a lower level player, this is brilliant. It really is amazing. I know a lot of low level guys that, don't have the bots and struggle to do certain attacks. Well, you've got substitutes here now to do it. So yeah. Okay, 5-star batch. So, Rook, obviously, not much changed. Massive health increase with the 5-star. 32,000 health, which is crazy. Obviously, DPS increase as well. But, yeah, really good. Swoop. This is the big number for me. 1,261 damage. Granted, it's a max G metal, is 11. Yeah, I get that, he's maxed out. But still, 1,261 damage times 18. You're talking 20k damage. So, I've seen a lot of people saying, I'm surprised that Swoop hasn't got much love. Well, 837 DPS is unfounded. Is that the highest DPS in the game? I think so. I think no one gets close to it. I mean, Blaze has got 691 at max. So, no one gets close to it. Crazy amount of DPS. Health, really poor. I get that, But 20k damage, 830 DPS, that's unfounded pretty much. I mean, Laser Optimus, 500 DPS. Nowhere close. Nowhere even close. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, you didn't need a buff. Oh, big thank you to Righteous that's just tipped the stream as well. Big thank you. Thanks a lot. And he's already in the VIP because he's a moderator. But yeah, thanks for the tip as well. And don't forget, guys, that if you are tipping, then your name will come up on the screen. So we've obviously got Steve up there as a $5 super chat. We've obviously got Righteous up there on the donations leaderboard, and then our recent subscriber as well is up there as well. So if you're not subscribed yet, guys, hit the subscribe button, and you too will be showed on the stream as well. So you don't have to just donate to appear on the stream, guys. Even just subscribing can help. So yeah, go and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I can see a couple of people asking for some other bots. I could check Firefly. I didn't want to search for other bots, but we could compare them. So Firefly's got 742 DPS, to give you an idea. So still nowhere close. Still nowhere close. Still like 100 DPS short. So this guy is ridiculous in terms of DPS and damage. His health is lacking, but that's the playoff, guys. You're not going to get a bot that does everything. That has high health, high damage, great ability, use all the combats. There's always something got to give And his health is for him. And that's why I'm not too keen on him, is his health. That's the only reason. And for the fact that maybe the ability lasts too long, maybe. So yeah, just 20k damage, but same as Laser Optimus, it takes quite a while. But it's still amazing. I mean, put this on Outpost bots and they melt. They absolutely melt. So, you know, it's still a good bot. Don't worry too much. He was already good as it is, and now he's amazing without much improvement. Same for Rook. He's a tank. And Grind Time has tipped $5 as well. Thank you, Grind Time. Just a little thing as well, that Grind Time tipped on a different account. So he's on the leaderboard twice right now. I'm not sure how that's happened, but if you want to go and check the donation leaderboard by clicking the donation link, we actually have a leaderboard as well of who's donated the most. Super chats aren't incorporated, sadly, but yes, donations are. And yes, obviously Rook's had the health increase and DPS increase, so that's where he needs to excel, simply having more health, which helps him. We'll go to Sea Spray next. It's an interesting one, because I'm not going to lie, I went in the chat, and I've used Sea Spray quite a bit and chased him for quite a while, and really leveled him to level 55, 54, back in the HQ 15 days, I think it was. And he was decent. He got his buff, you know, with his his spread of his normal damage, and I weren't really impressed by him that much. And straight out the bat, I tried him. I was like, this guy needs to be like Warpath. He needs to be really good, extend his range. And the apes were like, nope, he's getting nothing. And I was like, what? What do you mean he's getting nothing? You can't leave this bot like this. And then I went into testing, and I came back and said, yep, you're right. Don't bother. Leave him as he is. He's fine. And this talk of this guy maybe even being the pick of the bunch. This guy is unbelievable. I mean, we'll do some testing obviously shortly, but he's really impressive. Really impressive. And I can't say that enough. But, like I said, we'll go into testing and try him out. Sadly, I can't put a combat on him, like I said, because we've got a combat in testing, so I can't show that. B has had so much improvement. So to give you an idea, that I'm pretty sure this might be wrong. I'll have to double check, but I think it went up to 11 seconds. I could be wrong about that. It might just be it's not been effective for global, but we'll get back to you. But there was a bug where it went to 10.4, I think. 10.4% at 10, then went back to 9 at 11. It might have been description. I have told Fabian, he knows about it. It might have been a test server, so don't worry, guys, that it will be fixed. And it will scale from 1 to 11 properly. But 500 DPS is still crazy. 15k health, you know, it's not too bad. It's a scout though, but it's still better than likes of Swoop. But you know, can't get him in danger as long as he stays back. Hence why I want to put the likes of Fleck on him. I put my Cronus on him just to keep him alive. But 66% of this is around 350 damage times 10. That's 3,500 damage in an area. 3,500 damage. So for next to no ability points, you're getting 3,500 damage, stun for 10 seconds. The EMP jumps as well. Great DPS. I honestly want a 5-star Bumblebee. I'm not just saying that, guys. When this guy came in this batch, I said, this guy needs to be improved. We can't leave him as he is. And some people were like, well, he's quite cheap and he is. I went, listen, if he was that good, people would be using him as a 4-star now. At any level, really. And no one does. He's massively underutilized. And then they give him a range increase. I was like, this is the one guy I have fought tooth and nail for. I said, this is not enough. It's not enough. And I've really, honestly, if you ask any of the playtesters how much I fought for this guy, that they were probably sick of hearing from me. I must have put about 50 messages in chat. Just not begging, but saying to the apes, like, we've got to do something with this guy. And I think he's finally at a point that he's that good. I really do, that cheap, that he could be massively overpowered. I really do think that. And this, when I pull from this batch, and I'm thinking I will, I'm pretty sure, Bumblebee and Rook are the ones for me. Yes, listen, I know I just said Sea Spray probably the pick of the bunch, but I just can't see Sea Spray getting in front of Trax, maybe. Definitely not Blade, definitely not Jetfire for the way that I play. But if you need a cleanup bot, then Sea Spray, I mean, we'll show it in a minute, but wow, honestly. Then we've got Impactor. So, Impactor's had a few changes, but for me, Here's the thing. If you want a tank just to stay alive and do good damage, Impactor's great. But for me, here's the problem with Impactor. So for 10 seconds, your laser causes 9,000 damage. So if he's not getting hit, but if he's getting hit by, say, a mortar or a cannon, it's going to do about 9 or 10k damage. And then that's not that good. 9 or 10k damage for, you know, any bot is not that great when you've got the likes of Sensius doing 16k and you've got the likes of Laser Optimus doing 20k. You know, they're all special bots, so I get that. But once he starts getting hit by beam lasers and, you know, and other high DPS structures, it goes up to like 20k, which is amazing. But for me, you've got to get him in those tight situations and get him into those situations where it's very difficult. That's the problem. He's not got like great range, and you've got to get him into the kill zones for him to be effective. And I don't like that personally. You're sort of trying to get him in trouble. It's like backwards thinking. You want to get him in trouble. You want to. So I would prefer it if he rushed in maybe and did a shorter range. So he sort of rushed in and then did damage close by. Or if he travelled to target, or there was some more suggestions that he had attack core, and there was loads of suggestions in the chat, but the ape just said, no, listen, he's not designed for that. He's designed to take the damage, mostly. And you know what? With Alchemist, with Amalgamous, he does. And we'll show that. If you want a bot to take damage, this is a great bot. Really is. If you want a bot to do damage consistently, maybe not. It depends on the situation. That's the problem. But obviously, the more damage he does with Amalgamous, the more healing he gets back. So, you know, he's a good bot. He's not, listen, he's not an awful bot by any means. I just think that he could have been better. He could have been changed a bit. Is he better than Laser Optimus? Again, as the ape said, he's a different kind of bot. Laser Optimus is there to take damage, but then do damage. But this guy's really focused on taking damage. I mean, and he can. He really can. And that's it. So we'll take them into battle. We know what they're gonna do. We know like what the abilities do, so we don't need to show that. But we will show things like, you know, their survivability. We're gonna take them to Prime League. I will take a healer in though. I'm not gonna lie. We'll take 2 in. Let's make sure they stay alive, eh? Make sure. Okay, we can't take a combiner because we've got competition and testing, so we can't show that either. Sadly. Let's have a look. So, some comments in the chat. Hashim's asked, would I pick this batch over batch 7? Maybe not. Once I've got Blades, maybe Laser Optimus and Jetfire. Put it this way, I've got Laser Optimus and Rhinox still to pull from that batch, and I'll probably go with this new batch, rather than that. To give you an idea. It all depends on your team makeup. It all depends on, you know, on your team and, you know, what you want and what you need. It's hard to say. There's no right and wrong answer. But is this a good batch? Yes. Is it better than the last batch? Maybe not quite. Is it probably in the top 3 batches? I think so, yeah. I think it's up there with the likes of batch 2. Yeah. I'd say it's on par with batch 2 personally. I would. Just a few more questions in the chat. We're trying to address before we start. We would have given him a range increase. Yeah. Yeah, but the range increase still isn't the problem. It's getting him to the target. You'll see it anyway. Firefly's taking a point for this batch. So if a laser, so Cortaz asked if a laser or MDS is close, it will attract them. I think so, yeah, pretty much, yeah. But you want him to take damage as much as you can. Yes, Grantan's got a good point there. With all the front-loaded bases, he could be very useful right now. Yeah, he does survive. I mean, we'll test him on his own just to show you, but yeah. But yeah. Rook is the only one without yellow. Without yellow? Without yellow? What's yellow? Okay. Okay. So, we're going to put Impactor down here.
Concentrate your fire.
I'm going to use his ability straight away. Watch his health bar. Health bar is still there, look. He's taking a beam, he's taking MDS, he's taking the sharp mines, he's taking everything. And then gets stunned. Oh, thank you, Laser, for super chatting as well. Thank you. So, just dead quick, you can see the difference there. I don't mind starting again. You can see there that when he started off, there was a beam laser, there was an MDS, there was a shock tower, there were Sharticons, and they did no damage at all. Pretty much. He kept his damage. It's incredible that all that damage and does nothing. Crazy. But yeah, thank you, Laser, for the super chat. Big thank you again. Your name is in lights on the screen. Thank you. So yeah, crazy. Like I said, if you can keep it, obviously not stunned, then crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's go again. But we'll drop the full team this time to give you an idea. So the problem being is, here's a problem with this as well. That once you start the ability, the bots then start to walk past him and they'll target those bots instead. So then his damage is reduced. And that's a big problem for me. So when he's out front, when he's in danger, brilliant, unbelievable bot. When he's not, well, that becomes a problem. He needs to get closer to targets. That's my big thing. Okay. So I'll put Impactor here. I'm going to put Impactor at a place where he's going to path around here. I want him to get in trouble. I really... It's crazy that you only path and think, right, where can I place this tank where he's not going to get too much damage? You got to think the opposite with Impactor. It's weird. Let's put him in the most dangerous situation we can. So, let's put him there. Then we'll put him down here. Put the gunners down here. Healers. So let's wait till he gets in trouble. Want him to walk around. Just concentrate on, like I said, on Impact for a minute. There we go, he's in danger now. So now we're going to start his damage off. We've obviously got Rook's Hollow, but we don't need to show that. We know. Let's do a bit of swoop. Show what damage swoop can do. But obviously, because I'm going to use swoop now and do damage to these structures and hopefully take them out, then that means Impact does less damage. It's weird, like I said, it's bizarre. But you can see there that swoop's cleared that area quite easily. There's some high HP structures in there as well. You know, the alloy and energy storage and the shock tower. So they've probably not done him justice. I mean, I was testing swoop and using 2 times abilities, and he cleared pretty much any area. Yes, it is quite expensive, I presume, but... Then we've got Sea Spray. So we're going to use Sea Spray up here. So take note of these defenses. When using Sea Spray, you've got to aim as far up as you can. And you can see there we go. That's gone. Cannon gone. This is on Prime League, guys, as well, don't forget. It's not hard mode, it is on Prime League, though. Visibility down there. Take it out. See you later. Turret gone. Cannon almost down. Be careful, though, when you use this ability, because if you stop it actually on the target, it doesn't do full damage to that target. You have to aim slightly past it. And make sure you aim as far as you can. But you can see there, that is ridiculous. And I'll go as far as saying that. Ridiculous. Crazy. And this is why I think Sea Spray is one of the best bots in the game. With a 5-star at max. Incredible. Oh, big thank you to Six Axion, who's super chatted as well. Big thank you. Again, your name is in lights. But yeah, big thanks to everyone who's donated in the stream, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, Six Axion, that has made you VIP as well. So one of the moderators will hit you up and we'll get you in the VIP chat. So you can see there that just these 5 bots, 6 bots, has, you know, destroyed that base quite easily. Yes, it is only on Prime League, but yeah, crazy. Sea Spray is crazy. And I hope that reinforces that. Yes, I can see Tim does put, oh my god, I seriously underestimated Octopunch. Exactly, guys. Honestly, the 4-star won't be at obviously that level, but in Cyber, maybe in lower, but he'll one-shot anything pretty much. He's crazy. Yes, listen, that is level 65, 11 for a 5-star. It is top end, but we're also playing in a top end zone. We're playing in a max zone. So, and there's no hidden things. Like I said, it's a normal base. You know, it's crazy how good he is. So we're gonna try a bit of Bumblebee now.
Autobots, roll out.
Random base, so we don't know what we're getting. But we're calling that. We're gonna go Prime Zone obviously again. But yeah, like I said, there's no like Impactor is not bad. I wouldn't say he's amazing. I wouldn't say he's bad. Who would I compare him to? In sort of relevance, oof, he's better than Ultra Magnus without a doubt. So I'll go that far. Put some other tanks, put some other 5-star tanks in the chat, and I'll tell you how I compare him to them. Optimus Prime, a bit behind Prime, I think, slightly behind him. Rook, slightly behind Rook maybe. Laser Optimus, slightly behind him. I'm trying to think of any other tanks in the game. Hotspot, I would put Impactor maybe on a par or maybe slightly better than Hotspot. Rhinox, I don't know, it's a hard one. Maybe the same as Rhinox. That's a good comparison to give you an idea. So, Rhinox is considered the worst pull of Batch 7, but he ain't a bad pull by any means. Nowhere near is he a bad pull. So, you know, just give you an idea. Grimlock, I'd say it's better than Grimlock. I really would. I think it's better than Grimlock. Impactor 5-star versus Sentius 4-star. It's hard again because Sentius has got more lean towards damage and less towards protection. Sentius only has a 50% shield, whereas Impactor's pretty much got 100% shield, guys. When he's taking damage, he doesn't die. He won't die. It's just keeping him in that situation where he will stay, stay getting damage and stay the focus point. Like I said, it's backwards thinking that you've got to keep him in danger. Sludge, better than Sludge. Elita's not a tank really though. Yes, she's got good health, but totally different. Blaster, not as good as Blaster, I wouldn't think. Better than RC, yeah, I'd say better than RC maybe. You know, that sort of mid-range though. But again, we're talking some of the best 5-stars going here. You know, some great 5-stars. So definitely not a poor bot. Right, what we're gonna do now, guys? We're gonna try and go through this base, just using Bumblebee and see how far we get. So let's put Impactor down. Put all these bots behind him. Use Bumblebee. Bumblebee there. Bumblebee there. Put Bumblebee there again. Let's get rid of that. Let's just heal these healers up. Sorry, I did say only Bumblebee, but I want to keep the healers alive at least, so Bumblebee can do his stuff. Put Bumblebee there. Let's get rid of that stuff. Stun that. You see there, we've used his ability, what, 5 times? And we're still only up to 10 now. She's ability, no, we'll save it for the top, I think. So fast forward a bit. I want to try and get Bumblebee up more. Taking Slash out. You can see the Bumblebee survivability is a lot better than what it was. I want to get him on that top section. If we get him up top, I think it's game over. Honestly, I think that. And obviously he runs downwards. Obviously. Why would he? let's get rid of this section here then. You can see there the damage. 2 abilities gets rid of most. Look at this here, look, so I'll just use 1 ability. Mortar's gone. There we go. Here's Bumblebee up top now. So let's do 1 over there. So he stuns, but that gets him in range to use his normal ability. Use flak or use top shot. It's 10-second stun. It gets him in range. This is where he's going to struggle now when he runs out of ability points though. Can he do it? Go Bumblebee. Base down. So you see there, I used one heal and just Bumblebee for the whole base. Just spammed it. And that's why it's so impressive. It does so much damage and does, you know, in such a great area. And the EMP, which keeps your bots alive. And you've got to think that I talk about abilities and bots that last throughout the HQs. Once you stun something, it's doing 0 damage, regardless. And whether it's HQ 18, 19, 20, 21, once it's stunned, it ain't doing any more damage. So stun for me is a huge part of the game in terms of where it's going. And I think that, you know, Bumblebee will really survive well, test of time. And I would love to use Bumblebee. Kultas asking how much damage does B do 1 SA use? At 6511, 3,500 damage or thereabouts. So yeah, quite considerable. Bumblebee's looking quite good on defense also, 6 actions is put. Not quite annoying as Chromia, but yeah, 10 seconds of stun and 3.5k damage is still considerable. So yeah. So I'm quite impressed with that 5-star batch. Is it the best batch yet? I wouldn't go that far. Is it top 3, top 4? Definitely top 4. I think you're looking at batch 2, batch 4. In order, I would personally probably put batch 7, batch 4, and then it's a hard one between this one and batch 2. So definitely top 4, maybe top 3 in my personal opinion. So yeah, very, very good bots. And I'm looking forward to pulling from this batch. And like I said, tune in tomorrow night. We'll hopefully try and get something sorted for Mirage Jake's headphones. And then we'll have the both of us here. But Mirage Jake's obviously going to be pulling the crystals. And yeah, we'll see what we can get. And then this leaderboard will be doing a stream as well. And leveling him all the way up. Well, hopefully, well, I can't see why not. Leveling to 60. Whoever we get. Unless it's Swoop. Then he stayed at 1. No, I'm joking. He won't. He won't. Whoever I get is going to 60. But I'd rather not get Swoop. That's the one bot I really don't want. Not too fan of Impact, like I said, the way he is. But for me, I definitely want Rook. That would be an easy put into my team. I definitely want Bumblebee. And even though Sea Spray don't fit my team, I'll still be disappointed with him. He'll still be a really good bot. So, yeah. Cool. So, yeah. So, Cortez asking how many crystals I've got. I've got 1. And then after the leaderboard, I'll be about 800 or 900 shards off the next. So we'll have another pull soon, which suits me. Which means I can get this 5-star level up to 61. And by the time I've got him up to 61, 63, I can start on the next pull. I've also got a guaranteed pull in China. I'm not going to say who. So you can join in to see who that is. And I've also got another pull in China. Trying to get a decent bot out of that as well. But a whole different batch. So yeah, tune in tomorrow night for that. So Snapdragon, before we sign off, I'll go in the showroom first. Honestly, I can't speak how much I am super pleased this guy's going to the game. And although I don't agree with him being a Autobot, I'm pleased he is. Because I love this guy. I love the Hurricanes. They're my favourite. I'd say my favourite Decepticon headmasters, without a doubt. Probably my favourite headmasters, actually. I'd go that far. I'd say my favourite headmasters, outside of, obviously, Scorponok and Fort Max. They're my favourites. I'd probably pip 8-Face above Snapdragon, but very cool. Very cool in the showroom. Obviously, this is the same for Bot or Con. First transformation. Change to Dragon. Very cool. Change to a jet. A bit like Overlord, but hey. Very cool. Still in his conch colours. Very, very cool. I do like this bot, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so looking at his ability. So, at level 61, so this is not maxed out, guys. Level 61. Again, I did ask him to be maxed out, but the apes failed to do it for me in time, sadly. So, at 61, you set foes on fire in a straight line, dealing 893 damage over 10 seconds. Following Mach 3, flying over targets, makes them explode, dealing 1,488 damage. So, together, it does about 2,200 damage. So, not crazy. Not ridiculous. And if you're looking at a bot that's going to be a one-shot, this is not the guy, guys. Mach 3, so rushing, reducing your fall speed to 50% along the way. 15 seconds, 0% on second hit. So if you go one way and then come back again, he will basically stun them. And then follow with a fireball, which deals 2,200 damage. So I think that's round about the same damage. So you could do Mach 3 on fireball. So yeah. Or you could do, like I said, you could do fire and then Mach 3. You can do a few fires and then a few Mach 3s. So there's loads of different ways. Hashtin's put, why is he that's a good point. Why is he a special bot of triple changer? I don't know. That's a good point. I'll ask the apes that and we'll get that changed. But yeah, he definitely will. I think it was more to get the stats in line with a special bot. That's whereabouts. You can see there that he's got great DPS at 500 DPS. This is a 4-star, don't forget, as well. But his health is really poor. And this can get him in a bit of trouble. But we'll show that in the stream anyway. So, let's take Snapdragon into a bit of testing. So, although I'm doing a bit of a crystal opening tomorrow night, guys, we'll do a bit more testing on some of these guys, especially Snapdragon, and show him a bit more. But you'll get the idea, obviously, by just seeing him in action. We'll go zone 14 for now, and then we'll build up to 15. Here's a 4-star at 61. Gillette Mach 3 Turbo, Hashima said. I'm not sure the Americans will get that reference. Do you have Gillette in America? I don't know. Yeah. There is a razor by a company called Gillette to do the Mach 3. So yeah, I get it. I thought of Top Gun for some reason straight away. The film from the 80s. I'm not sure everyone remember that, but I thought of Top Gun straight away. Okay, so putting Snapdragon down.
Deploy.
Don't forget he has got Alchemist. He can equip combat, so putting this down. So it acts a bit like Warpath. You can see that it goes through everything and beyond. So quite impressive. Doesn't do a lot of damage on its own. Does alright. You want to do a couple of those. And then the Mach 3 only goes as far as the fire you can see there. So that doesn't go as far. Then you can do Mach 3 over there. Mach 3 back again. And this is where he gets in trouble now because he's got low health. You've got to keep him doing that damage. You can see he hasn't popped the outpost yet. He doesn't pop the outpost as well until he's finished the ability. But you can see there it's got decent range. You can see his health staying up thanks to Alchemist. Slow it down. This is, like I said, this is zone 14. He holds his own. The problem is that when his abilities run out, you will die a terrible death. I mean, to be fair, there's only 2 shocks and 2 more sitting in, but he's going to go down now, I think. There we go. But you see there, quite good damage. Quite considerable. So, I've tried so many different combinations, but for me, the fire and then Mach 3 over the top, and then rushing him back again, then doing a Mach 3 over that seems to be some of the best sort of situations. So, doing a fireball, Mach 3, but the problem is that once you get him into that situation of a dangerous area, he dies very quickly. So you need to get him back out that area again. So it's a very good bot at rushing in, doing damage, rushing back out again. He's got huge range. So like I said, use the fireball, Mach 3. Mach 3 to get back out of danger. Fireball back where he's come from. Some people have been using a few, we'll do that as well. A few fireballs and then doing Mach 3s like kind of like a sack bot. He's not as good as Goldfire. Doesn't quite do the same sort of damage, but his range is incredible. I'll definitely be leveling this guy, even just for Zen farming. Will he make my war team? I'm not too sure. He'll be very good with backdoor attacks because of his range. You can do a few fireballs, do the Mach 3 over the back, then send a couple and Springer him. That was a bit of a worry when we did it, but we also said that, you know, because of his health, that's why it's not that much of a worry.
Deploy.
So put him down here. This is perfect, so we'll do fire. Then we'll do Mach 3. Then we'll do Mach 3 over here. We'll do fire where over here. Where's this come from roughly? We'll take out, I think there's good damage to that cannon there. Then we'll do Mach 3. Covering again. You can see it's just about just doing damage and then going over it again. Then doing his fireball. We've not got enough for Mach 3. Don't think we'll run out maybe. One ability point. I'm gonna put pipes down. I want that ability point. Come on, pipes. Keep plugging away, lad. So you can see, it's pretty good at clearing an area. Would I think he's amazing and game-changing? No. Will he suit some teams in certain aspects? Yes. The fact he can equip combats is quite impressive. And like I said, his range is impressive. His damage is okay. It's different. It's a bit different than everything else we've got. It's different than the other triple changes. So I like that. He's not focused more towards damage. Very much more focused towards cleaning up. If you're going to use Goldfire, I mean, I'll show you what I did in testing.
Retreat.
I can see that Leader 1 and I can see 6 actions address something. There's an issue with any purchases and the purchase not coming through. I did a purchase on China today and the same thing happened. So I'm not sure. It's not just Space Ape, guys. There's a problem with maybe all the Earth Wars games or Google. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they will fix it. And if you know what, guys, give it time. You will get it. It is rubbish. I agree. It can't be helped. But give it time. And what's the worst that can happen, guys? You get a refund. But don't go and get a refund straight away, guys. You know, what you don't want is to get get those things given back to you and get them in your account. And then you got a refund. And then the apes are then saying that we're going to take it all back again because you got a refund. Apologies. So, yeah. You will get it back if you contact the apes. It's a matter of waiting. But like I said, guys, either way, you'll either get your money back or you'll get that back. So, don't worry. So, we're going to put Goldfire in here now. Where's Goldfire? We're going to put Snapdragon in, and we're going to put Combiner in. We'll put... I won't use Mega Supreme for the simple reason that he's far too overpowered. We'll use Defensor. No, I'm not scrolling across to Computron. Sorry, guys. Should we add Sea Spray into this? Do you want to see what Goldfire, Snapdragon, and Sea Spray can do together? Or just Goldfire and Snapdragon? What do you guys want to see? Let me know. You want to see Sea Spray as well? Okay. I can do that. I can do that. Okay. 3 bots. Zone 15. Prime Zone. 3 bots. Prime Zone. What can we do? My affiliate, it's in testing. They haven't said yet, but I've just said earlier that it's very unique and very good as it is. It's getting a bit of an improvement, but yeah, very cool. And I'm glad that Jack's been speaking to you, Leader 1. Good. Because I know you were a bit annoyed in VIP, and I don't blame you one bit, honestly. But you just got to give him time, sadly. Listen, I've been there, and I've been in the same situation. But I also understand that it's bank holiday weekend, but I also understand that, hey, you've made a purchase, you want what you've purchased, so I get it. I think, we'll give it a go. Okay, we'll give it a go. Okay, so,
Deploy.
Goldie. We're going to do Goldie.
Abilities ready.
Goldie.
Abilities
There's no MDS, I just realised that.
Abilities
So Goldie has also got the age. So what I want to do, I want to make sure I combine and finishes around here. So I want to take this out. I want to take this out, or no, I want to take this out down here. Get him in right in the mix. There we go, we'll get rid of this area here. That's what Defense Sword does. And we'll do some damage up there as well. Get rid of them. See there that Goldie and Defense Sword do a lot of damage on their own. And we'll do some damage to this here, get him up there. Want to get these bots in this area near Goldie. There we go. The age is took effect. The age took effect. Now we're going to drop Snapdragon and Sea Spray.
now. Reap the whirlwind.
Hey, we don't really need much else. Let's do Snapdragon. Get him in range up there. And then what we can do is we can actually hit the outpost bot if he stays alive. Maybe not. And make him slow down. You can see you can slow down the outpost bots. So his slowdown's still quite effective, especially if you hit him twice. So what you could do, guys, is you could drag all the outpost bots down, send Snapdragon up to slow down our defenses, send them down again, and they're all slowed down for, what is it? For 10 seconds. Considerable amount of time. So let's do Snapdragon again now. Do Snapdragon again. Sea Spray. And we'll do Snapdragon up there. I should have put his outposts if we're going to go for
Abilities ready.
Why is there a mine up there? Stop the rush. Oh, brilliant. Ah! I need to do it again.
Autobots
We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm confident. Bert Sherbets, but put nose going in. No. God. Hell no. Let's go again.
Autobots roll out.
Prime zone again. I know, trust the bot to get stuck on a mine. It's always the way, isn't it? Chuckbot from TF Cyberops. Decent player. Should be a decent bot. Decent base, sorry. Hopefully got some MDS in there, I'm hoping. MDS. Nope. Oh, but this is interesting. Right, because of all these points down below, this could be really interesting. Okay.
Deploy. Abilities ready.
Maybe you should pop all the outposts this time, mate. Outpost popped.
Abilities ready.
That one's popped. Come on, come on. There we go.
Abilities ready. Abilities
And
ready.
then bring it back down there again.
Stand
Okay,
your
cool.
ground.
Oh, this base is gone. Sorry, Chuckbot, but this base is gone, brother. Try and get to that shock tower. No, I can't quite get to it. Get to this structure here. Get in the hot mix. go. One word of warning though, don't use the slow when the bots have got the age. You don't want that because obviously that'll slow them down from doing damage that you want them to do. Let's go, fire take an effect, so then we'll do Snapdragon, Sea Spray. We'll get all ability points back then. Oh, sorry, and sideswipe, apologies. Let's take these out with Sea Spray. Not quite, not quite. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, try and get rid of these. See, Snapdragon's healing quite well here. He's gonna die, innit? Yeah. He's gonna die. Can Sea Spray save the day?
Abilities ready.
I need to try and use that to keep him alive, and then hopefully stun that enough. Oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Ah, so close. So close. But you get the idea.
Retreat.
That's what? 3 bots and combiner. Zone 15. Pretty decent. I'm wondering now. I might even try one more fire with sign off. One more attempt. I'm gonna try and do literally Goldfire, Snapdragon first, and then Goldfire after it, and then see how that goes. So rather than using him to clean up, use Goldfire to clean up. That'd be interesting.
Autobots, roll out.
Last go before we sign off. Let's see what we can do. So what do you guys think? What do you think of the 5-star batch? What do you think of the Warrior rework? What do you think of Snapdragon? Put it in the chat, guys. What do you think of it all? How do you rate them? Good? Not bad? I don't mean just what. Yeah, good. I mean, what do you think of? Put it individually. What do you think of the 5-star batch? Would you pull from it? What do you think of the Warrior rework? Does it make him relevant again? What do you think of Snapdragon? Let me know.
Deploy.
Snapdragon down. Let's do damage there.
Abilities ready.
Damage there. Let's heal him up a bit. See there, his heal going right up.
Abilities ready. Abilities ready. Abilities ready.
Drop combiner. And I just thought of something. Those defenses are all slowed, so they're gonna do a lot less damage. That's a good point. Snapdragon could help how much your combiner survives because he makes them all slow down. Interesting. So that's just Snapdragon, guys. Snapdragon combiner. Wow. Maybe I'm impressed with that. This is where he struggles now because he's been hit. But the age took effect, so it's alright. So using Snapdragon as a sack bot is pretty good. Let's forward it, getting ability points built up. Hoping Goldfire goes around the top somehow, but I don't think so. Here you go now. Come on, Goldie, I need you to go up there and do damage. Go on, up, 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 up. Yes, Goldie. Yes, Goldie, yes. Okay. And we're going to go up there. Pop the outpost. Go over there. And then we're going to go over there. And then we're going to put Sea Spray right through the middle of all that. Make sure you go past it, don't forget. We can't, so let's go there like that.
Abilities ready.
And then we're gonna slow it all down as well, I think. Give it all a slow down. Hit it well with Sea Spray. Oh yes, look at that.
Ready.
Let's hit them for that damage there. Base down. There we go. So that was definitely more impressive because the problem there was that Goldfire was dying. I had no tank. So by using Snapdragon and then putting Goldie down, Goldie acted more as a tank. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty chuffed with those bots. Let's have a look. So what have we put in there? Let's have a look in the chat. Solid batch, exactly as put. Warrior rework's good. Wants to test it themselves. Hey, fair enough. Listen, we use things differently. Crush's put Snapdragon's decent. 5-star batch is pretty awesome. So is the Warrior rework. I agreed. 5-star batch looks good, but not sure I'll use all 4 pulls on it. Well, I never know, grind time. We'll wait and see when we do your video, won't we? Go watch it, guys, when it comes out. Fireflies, but when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be garbage. Now I think it's one of the best. I agree, the batch, I presume you mean, yeah. And Warriors I'm happy with because they have been terrible for a long time, I agree. Snapdragon's quite decent. I think that sums it up, yeah. Snapdragon seems a bit sucky with his teeth. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe not the art on his dragon mode is not the best, but yeah. I think Skylinks is better. Well, not pathing wise. The fact that Snapdragon can equip combats is a huge plus. Huge. What else? Who else? Yes, Grindtime loves his Ironhide. He does. Vincent's asked, when's the next batch of 11 coming? Someone asked me this in my Discord. You've got to remember, guys, that we've had the new 5-star batch. We've had Computron. We've had the new combats that are here now. We had the previous combat. We had Ability 11. We've had so much going on right now that I would normally be chasing the apes saying, listen, where's the next batch of Ability 11? Come on. But I get they've had a lot on. Don't get me wrong. Once Computron's done and once this combat's done, so in the next week or two, I'll be on the case saying, right, let's get back on Ability 11 now. Listen, like I said, I'm going to have 6 million sparks saved up in total. So I definitely want Ability 11 to come, but I also understand that they've got other things on and they've had a lot to do. So I reckon maybe 4 or 5 weeks maybe for the next Ability 11 as a guess. We haven't started testing yet and it normally takes around 2 weeks. So give it another week to get Computron sorted. I think Computron will be out in about 2 weeks. Give it another week or 2 for the new combats to come out, and then I think I can start discussing with the apes, saying, when we're going to see Ability 11. Because they want to get it out as fast as us. They don't want to drag it out over 2 years. They want to get them out this year, and I think the next 2 will be rolled on quite quickly, and we'll see some more improvements. Cool. Alright, thanks for everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, before you go, hit a like on the channel. Hit a like on the video. I really appreciate everyone that hits those likes. I actually measure every single video and how many likes it gets. So I really appreciate just hit that like before you go. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're trying to hit 4,000 subs this year. And then next year we're going to try and smash it even further. So make sure you subscribe, guys. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the stream. We've got the top 10 most underrated bots video coming this weekend maybe. We've got a leaderboard stream as well this weekend. we're going to have the we've got a current vote for the worst bots in Transformers Earth Wars. There's one standout already. I think everyone knows who it is. But go and have your say, guys. Go and have a vote. We're going to be doing loads of these top 10 videos over time where you guys decide it, not me. I could easily sit there and say these are my top 10 bots, but it's not my opinion that counts. It's your opinion that counts, guys. And not just you, collectively, it's you. It's your opinion that counts. So go and have your say who you think are the worst bots in the game. We're going to, like I said, we're going to do some more. I don't want to say too much, but we're going to do some more forward on from that. So get in the Discord, guys. Go and have your say. And yeah, I'm always in there chatting and things like that. And I'll see you in there. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you at weekend. Loads of content coming, guys. Appreciate everyone subscribed already. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.